Welcome back to this week's video. This week we're trying different styles for my French curls, and the curls are a lot by itself, so you don't really gotta do too much, but I really enjoy creating these styles and I hope you maybe recreate them too. All right, let's get started. Most of these styles are going to be updos because I just prefer wearing my hair up in a bun or some style upwards other than downwards, because I just don't like being, I always feel like I'm being weighted down. So I like to do updos, but let's get started. What I'm thinking right off the bat is just a cute bun. Because I have so many curls, I think having a cute bun with some curls cascading down will just be my ideal way to wear this hair. But let's start off with putting it in a ponytail. When I start with ponytails, I always like to make sure that my hair is first of all combed through, so there's no hair like out of place at the back. And also I like to make sure that it's at the top of my head rather than this part of my head, right? So I'm going to start with a rubber band. And I just like to hide my rubber band and just tuck it away. And then just flat it out. But this is absolutely adorable as a style on its own. So number one, clearly just a ponytail. I don't like it when hairstyles just look good from the front. So I definitely feel like this is one of those hairstyles that just looks good from the front. But just probably have to put one side at the front and then one side downwards. And I'll just do a quick little 360. Alright, so next up I'm going to try and put this whole thing into a ponytail and then bring some curls out. So I'm just going to leave a few curls out here, the side. Okay, just a regular bun. And then these will just be bangs. I think it starting from different places kind of creates a nice look, so it could definitely be like this, or both of them could start in the same place, but just for the nature of these braids, they start in different places. But yeah, actually I think I like this better than just one side. This is it. All right, so this is the bun that I initially had in mind. It's a bun that's a little bit messier than the first, and then with a few pieces of curls falling down by the sides. I think there's one on each side, but it was kind of loose even with two hair ties, so I pulled out some bobby pins to give it that extra security. I put, I think, maybe 3 on the sides, and then I just pulled out some curls from the bun and left it on the sides. Next up is just the same bun but with 2 variations. So for the first, I pulled out 2 pieces of hair at the front, but I felt like it was a little bit too long, so I just wrapped it around the base of the bun, and I left the actual loose curls as the bangs. This way it kind of framed my face a little more. And the last variation for this bun is I wrapped the curl around the base of the bun, and then for the second curl, I wrapped it around the base, but I kind of left a little bit at the tail end, and I just left a small little curl at the top of my forehead. Next up, this was one of my favorite styles as a child. So it's really just a ponytail, but half of my hair is kind of hidden behind, so it's not as long. And it kind of just looks like a cute little bob, but ponytail version of a bob. And how I achieved that was kind of a struggle at first, but the idea essentially is just to fold your hair in half and tie the rubber band around the base of the ponytail with the tail of the ponytail. You see me wrapping my hair tie at first there, but I would wait till the second ponytail or second hair tie is tied before you actually wrap your hair, because as you see, the hair tie will show through again, but that's not too big of a deal. You can just tuck it right back in. It will take a little bit of just playing around with it before you get it perfect. I also think this hairstyle would have been better on me if my hair was a little bit fuller. So some of my curls, because the curls are so voluminous and my braids are so small and not skinny, some of the curls at the back kind of showed through or peeked through. But I think if your hair was a little bit fuller, the braids would hide the curls perfectly. But in my case, some of the curls showed a little bit, but that's not too big of a deal. Next up is a low ponytail, but with a claw clip instead. So I first started with tying my hair in a hair tie, and then I started twisting my braids around in one direction, and then pulled it up, and then placed a claw clip on top, and then just let the curls fall down. Next is going to be the same claw clip style, but with a braid crown across my head. I usually do this with the existing braids that I have on my head, but because this time my braids kind of stop in the middle and doesn't go all the way through, I couldn't fit all the braids in one band across my head, so I had to improvise. Now, because I have extra hair, actually I only used 4.5 back, so I have like 12 extra hairs. But I have this like bunch that I didn't use. I really want to try and create a braid crown. You've seen braid crowns before, nothing revolutionary, but I think I usually create it with the back of my hair, but because these French curls are the curls are exposed halfway through, the curls are going to show instead of the braids. So I'm just going to braid extra hair and just use it as a braid crown. You can really think of it as a headband. No, wait, first let me just measure and make sure. Oh, it works. And I'm going to create a braid like this. Alright, so I have a braid. And I think if you wanted your hair to be in a ponytail, you could put it in a ponytail. But I'm just going to let them free fall for now. And then I'm going to attach, again, just like a rubber band, this on top. And I'm going to tie the rubber band to the end. This is kind of hidden in the back. You don't really need to see it. This style is obviously if you have extra hair on you. If you didn't braid your own hair and you don't have extra hair, then just skip this one. I think we could either just do a regular ponytail if I just want it out of my way, or I can also just do the same claw clip method that I did earlier, but now you just have an extra little razzle dazzle with the braid. What do we think? Is it too busy with the braid? I feel like having the braid and this may be too busy, but I don't know. You have no choice but to be that girl. And the second variation for this hairstyle, I just switched out the braid for a twist. So I unraveled the braid, twisted it up, and then attached it the same way. Now I noticed that when I finished twisting the hair, because of the fact that the hair is so silky, it kind of started getting undone. So I kind of had to twist it back up and then hold it in place before I place it on top of my head. But yeah, same idea as the braid, but just twisted. And it still gave the same effect. So for the last two styles, they're just a variation of the same style. So variation of a half up, half down with bangs. So I brought out 3 pieces of hair on each side as my bangs. So 6 pieces in total, and I placed half of my hair in a ponytail, but not half across my forehead, but half upwards. So you can kind of see the little staircase parting on my hair at the sides. But yeah, I just let the ponytail free fall for the first version. Again, middle part or side part doesn't really matter. I usually prefer a side part. And then for the second variation, I just twisted the half up into a bun instead of letting it free fall. Alright, so safe to say, this is definitely my favorite style. But if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.